What is up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of my Hungarian Let's Play. I'm really excited for this episode, guys, because I have decided that I am going to be forming the Holy Roman Empire this episode. If we just give our guys a little bit of time, every single province that the Empire is working on is going to be caught up, with the exception of Picardy. However you pronounce that. And because it hasn't even started, I've done a quick calculation. This is 31 development. That means it's going to give us around 15 or 16 overextension. So what I'm going to do is actually peace out with this amount of overextension and then just adopt the uncored province here. Because at this point it is becoming so much of a liability that I would prefer to just form the empire. So let's get this game started. Now, I might change my mind if... Geez, we're standing in step here, but we still have horrible attrition. I can't wait to stabilize the East African region, where the supply is really, really bad. I want to get this game going, guys. I think at this point it's going to cost us more and more to delay. But what I was going to say, delay forming the empire is what I mean to say. But what I was going to say is that he might core the subs yet. He has some time. We're going to be waiting to have cored all of this up. In fact, we're actually not going to be doing very much this episode apart from managing the rebels and so on. So that's quite tedious. Quite frankly. Wait, what is his... Okay. Let's make sure if we give a province to the clergy that it's a very small province. Because the influence... Ugh, okay. That was 8. We should be able to get away with giving that away. Sweet. Don't want to get his influence above 80 there. So we don't have all that much to do, is what I'm trying to say. We've got some truces up, but we have to be at peace. To hit the bottom, we have to be at peace. It's going to be using our missionaries manually. They take 8 months, depending on the development size, but pretty good quick conversion. We are 60% religious unity, guys. That's pretty bad, considering how massive we are. We actually own almost 1,000 provinces. So that means we probably have about 350 provinces to convert. So that's pretty stressful, quite frankly, with the amount of time we have left in the game. The good news is expanding into Scandinavia and Great Britain, they are both, and France for that matter, they're both, all three of them are Catholic. What I definitely plan to do shortly after forming the empire is to attack Bahamnes and 100% him, giving off as much as I can to the Holy Bro. And the Holy Bro is going to help convert those. Of course, when we go into Ming, we're going to be generating, I imagine, 6, because we get a slot here. I'm not sure if we'll reach that or not. We're going to begin to value our Diplo points a fair amount. But we're going to be generating 5 or 6 vassals here, which we will all convert. So I'm hoping, in other words, a lot of this region here will be converted via our subjects. But then, of course, we also have to integrate them before the end of the game. So we can't go absolutely overboard crazy. Can we? Of course, the upcoming episodes are going to consist massively of managing all sorts of things like our estates. Our truce is up with Brunei. I plan to go in against him, and our truce is up with Japan. I plan to go in against him as well, as soon as we form the Holy Roman Empire. But we spent, essentially, after taking up all of our admin, in fact, we actually are not coring up some provinces here, which is a bit derpy, because I was waiting on the admin. There we go. So we're ahead. We're ahead on our admin, but we're going to try to share our admin and our Diplo. Both are going to be doing work for us as far as integrating the... I'm just checking if any of our subjects do not have 200 relations like that. We're going to be sharing the load of the rest of the world with both admin and diplo. This is what our dudes are here for. We'll let these guys be successful for now. Yes, so unfortunately a little bit bored. We apparently have a bazillion rebel factions that are going to spawn. Great. Even in Catholic provinces. That's what you get when you have overextension. Of course, we are going to be able to have reaction bonus again when we declare on France. Which should be pretty cool, hopefully. I definitely cannot have any mistake happen again, like converting provinces where they're not progressing. That was so bad. That was so bad. I really hated that. Even though I think it was only about 6 months or less, it still was setting back the rate that we were converting provinces big time. Okay. Another thing I want to do is go in against Great Britain when we form the Empire soon afterwards. So let's bring a navy, some transports up here, so that Operation Sea Lion can begin soon after forming the Holy Roman Empire. And soon after forming the Holy Roman Empire, we're also going to be starting our Golden Era. And I'm going to, I don't know, whether we might be able to boost some autonomy inside the Empire. I think not, actually. I think they will be maxed on diplomatic annexation costs, very important for us. I think the autonomy will be fine. If we state them up, they'll be at 0. But we will be spending our precious military points, I suppose, boosting our absolutism by 5. And by the way, if we do give non-Catholic lands to subjects, our religious unity should begin to improve. And that actually, your religious unity affects your absolutism as well. So our absolutism should begin to increase here and there a little bit more, which would be good. Man, this is pretty brutal, man. It's a hard life. I feel like we only just... Oh, we have a merchant free. I feel like we only just cleaned up the rebels in the Southeast Asian region, and they're spawning once again. The brutality is real. Yeah, this merchant, I don't know. There might be an area like the Philippines where we have a large amount of control like that. Let's just collect in here for now. We're going to be reworking all of our merchants anyway, which definitely needs to be done. So let's just wait until we have, you know, supreme control in Genoa and so on. Hey, he started coring it up. Sweet. I guess we'll wait. I guess we will wait. It's probably worth it. Cool. Well, I hope in the next 30 minutes he finishes that core. Until then, I'm just going to be battling rebels, I suppose. Rebels for days. Yeah, our stability should begin to improve, obviously, as we convert regions like this. But it will be interesting to see, you know, how well our subjects do. I imagine they will do badly at stabilizing their regions. But as long as, hey, military points is good. We're not gaining many military points. As long as the, you know, do you guys remember the days when we had revolts in West Africa? As long as the revolts we isolate more and more to Asia and they're all more locally spawning, the easier the game will be over time, will become over time. I think that 50 military... Okay, -10. I'll upgrade for that. That military points I will spend on a general. We badly need generals. I just hate spending military on anything, quite frankly, when we're so far behind. We need some military points somehow. I don't like the fact that we have to deal with Kilwa still, because that's a whole island that we're going to have to stabilize after taking it. I will obviously focus on stabilizing it big time, so that after one rebel faction spawns, then we don't see another one again. That will be my plan, my intention, but we'll see how it goes. Are the Japanese coming? The Japanese troops, the Hungarian troops that were stationed in Japan are on the way. Just keep on hunting rebels. As long as we're at war, the vassals will help us fight rebels like this. Pretty typical stuff. Okay, support for independence, that's typical and not even slightly bothered. That's fine. Because I'm going to be declaring on Great Britain very soon. While actually, I'm thinking about in terms of real life. In terms of game, we'll be declaring on them fairly soon, but in real life, it's going to take some time to sort out the estates and so on. I will declare on them as soon as I can, but there's going to be a lot of, probably next episode, maybe some of this episode, but next episode is going to consist mostly of just managing stuff inside the Empire, as we suspect. Yeah, okay, I'll siege that up. I should delete some of these fort level 2s, man. Fort level 2? How trashy. Speaking of deleting forts, we don't need forts in the Iberian Peninsula any longer. I've got a fort there, high level fort in fact, to kind of lock in France. So I'm going to be deleting a lot of the forts. Obviously, once the stuff goes down, the Empire stuff. Okay. Let us move on. Deal with the rebels. It's pretty cool though, however, we are dealing with the rebels because we're not doing other stuff right now. We're a little bit proactive about dealing with them. Like, I'm fighting them as they spawn, which is a little bit better than how things have previously operated. Power projection is soon dropping below 50, which makes me feel really bad, man. These guys can go into Arabia to fight those dudes. And hopefully we don't get called for peace anytime soon. War exhaustion is at 0, which is just perfect. Bohemia's going around being a total G by the looks of things. Actually helping us out. We got Cuba. Yeah, so mostly colonies in the New World right now. They're upset. Wow. Actually, Rio doesn't have that much independent liberty desire, even with the guarantee or whatever it is. Of independence from Great Britain, whatever it is, the support of independence. We might not have any liberty desire at all when we form the Empire. So we're almost caught everything up. Sweet. Which means we're going to spend all of the... Uh-oh, New Castile? Wait, they're both New Castile. Okay. It's liberty desire and tariff value. Okay, that's going to piss. That's going to piss them off, right? Nuke of Steel's hating on us. That's alright. Yeah, so we're going to be at peace still. After we peace out, we're going to be at peace for a little period, waiting for Picardy to be finished coring up. However, we're kind of spending all of our admin by the looks of things. Spending it faster than we make it. So that's really the best we can do, I suppose. Ah, nice. Got some bloody army tradition. Unfortunately, I just hired a few generals. We missed out on that, but still, better than nothing. Appreciate it. Army tradition is always good. Where's this guy going? Walking a strange route, but I'll try to avoid fighting him on mountains if possible. What's going on over here? Go into the fleet, please. Keep moving. No, I don't want to spend. Well, none of these are good. Lose some loyalty there. I think that was the best option. Uh-oh, where the hell did those guys come from? I think they just spawned, actually. Wow, -4 to rolls. Brutal. Luckily, we're considerably stronger than they are, because that was a very poor engagement. Alrighty. Slowly, slowly. Does it have any, like, dent in our religious unity? Yeah, it's changed by 1%. Brutal. That was only 26 as Hungarian particularists. Oh my goodness. Okay, are there any other remote factions around here? Yep. There's one. Oh, it looks like this region is pretty close to being stabilized, which feels good, man. If we convert it all to Catholic, there should not really be any revolts there any longer. Truce with the Ottomans is over. Standard stuff. Now these, I think this is the one I want to go for. Liberty Desire from Development of Subjects. Because we are going to make the Asian guys pretty crazy. I mean, they're going to be pretty big. So let's go for that one. That helps us with Liberty Desire quite a bit, it looks like. Cool. Alrighty. Engage on them while they are sieging our fort. It's only grasslands. Not much of an effect there. Relatively inconsequential. So, I don't need to calculate this overextension any longer, because he's finally coring it up. Fantastic, and he didn't even, we're not even going to be waiting that long for it. So that's great. Quite happy about that. Let us continue to destroy the rebels. Is that mountains? No, one of these provinces is mountains. Try to avoid fighting on that if possible. we are going to inherit any rebels that the Empire has, like there in Corsica. Which can be a little bit tedious as well when we hit that button, but there we go. Nice, a bonus to the rate that we colonize, which is good. And this capital is just taken over by peasants. Great. Let's go deal with them, I suppose. What is our overextension right now? Okay, yeah, I want to be piecing out here. So let's hurry up and deal with them. It's a heavy ship waiting for us there. Oh, really? Revolutionaries and holy, bro. Wow, I'm not going to be spending my Diplo. I'd rather lose mercantilism there. That event. I'd be interested to see if we do have any liberty to desire whatsoever once we press this button. I keep burping, man. Every time I record, guys, I got the burps. I like inhale too much oxygen, I think, when I just keep on talking for like hours here, sitting by myself. Maybe that's the thing, I don't know. You just talk, and you start burping. Alrighty, are your damn peasants dead? That drops his enthusiasm, which is good. Yeah, the tariffs are actually quite high on Cuba there. Let's quickly just drop that. Alrighty, 77.9 overextension. No, that's fine actually. We have to go to war against them anyway. So it's whatever, quite frankly. We've got to do it one more time. They're definitely under 100% now. And I think maybe this is going to cost more admin than we have. We're about to find out. No, we can't afford to call that up. Nice. I will I will delete some of these forts. That's something I want to do. And the moment of truth is coming along here, guys, where we're going to form the empire. How cool is that? But Hungarian Africa is looking pretty good. So we're waiting on that province there to be cored. I wish these rebels would spawn on the forts. That's why, let's not affect our legitimacy by taking that royal marriage there. That's what the forts are for. It's for them to spawn on. Let's not waste time. Send the missionaries back in. Convert things, I say. Continue dealing with the rebels. Let's take tax. Why not? Jam the tax. So close to being caught up. So let's quickly check. Who else was coring? Bar is done. Holland is done. Savoy done. Catalonia done. Mecklenburg is done. Everybody seems to be done. Everybody seems to be done. Oh, cool. All of this episode, guys, all of the series, rather, has been all for this. We're about to reach this point. And soon all the workload will be on our shoulders. We have to... It might be a little bit more tedious, quite frankly, but at least we will be at our true state of power. We're going to be very powerful. when we state tons of provinces up, including extremely high development provinces. It has finished coring. Here is the moment of truth, except... Oh, okay, I was going to say except the overextension. Apparently they're not passing, but they are passing. Oh my goodness, awesome. Here we go. Renovato Imperi. 1739, man. Augustus. Sweet, that's a cool name. Crowned by God. Has converted the estates of the Holy Roman Empire. Sweet. Emperor gains core on too many things to fit inside of the screen. Computer's lagging like crazy. Cultural union. Unfortunately, that's Carpathian, but better than nothing. Inherited a few. Just a few thrones. Just a few. Nice. Hey guys, we inherited Savoy. We inherited Sicily. And a few other. Just a few. Just a few thrones there. Sweet. Holy Roman Empire. That's looking pretty good. Now this looks, if we had this looks like my World Conquest on very hard difficulty campaign already. We're doing better than Africa, worst in the Middle East, but pretty similar. Well, we had conquered all of this, but Ming was alive. And I noticed, which I should have showed you guys before, Prussia did end up converting every single one of its provinces, barely. He only just barely converted them, so that was a good move. Nice, we didn't get any unexpected overextension. Wow. And now the tedium begins. We can see here, oh wow, sweet, oh sweet, awesome. We're actually under our force limit. That's pretty cool. I was going to say, we can see here that we're over our force limit. But that is before we do tons of business like stating these up. Our maximum states just went up massively to 37. And I'm going to begin with the obvious ones like Prague, Vienna, Lubeck, Hamburg, Bremen. Holland, Flanders, Lorraine, Paris. The dream is real, guys. Yeah, so this is the rest of our game, guys. We're going to be doing this for about 10 million. Berlin, 10 million different episodes. Tuscany, Milan, Savoy, Sweden. Now there are probably others like Frankfurt, Lower Rhine, eh? Oh, that looks pretty good already. Yep, we'll do the Lower Rhine. Alrighty, that's some of the more obvious territories stated up already. Munich, let's check Munich. Sure, let's do Upper Bavaria. That looks pretty good. Oh, this is a really nice one. Damn, in terms of development. Upper Schwabia. How about this region here of Inner Austria? That looks pretty good. Tyrol, not so much. There's probably this one. Oh, it's pretty good. 4 provinces. I'm not going to go for like... Wait, is that all of them already? Oh, wow, that was all of them already. Okay. I was about to say, I'm not about to go for perfection, guys. I'm not going to go through the ledger and stuff and literally check which is best. We did have some issues here where you can see not everything did I actually get through diplomacy, remember? So there might be, for example, some provinces in areas in near, on the Iberian Peninsula, for example, which are higher development, but we would actually have to call them up if I stated them. So keep that in mind. But I'm not actually going for perfection. Actually, quite frankly, to just reduce the tedium. I think we did a pretty good job there of some of the better states to be... Same thing here with Sicily, guys. Sicily is a really good region, but, as an example, we would have only gotten one province for free. We would have had to call the rest up. So I think I did a, good job there, good enough, satisfied enough. And our religious unity just jumped up massively. So that's nice to see. And that should have affected our... Yeah, look at that. Absolutism. Great. Great, great, great. And with that in mind, we're going to be boosting absolutism, but we've got a whole lot to do, a whole lot. But we honestly should be starting wars. However, how about we delete some forts, guys? Delete some forts, and we've got so much to do, including the states, but just look at the sheer amount of troops that we have around, and navy. We're going to have to be sorting it all out, and hopefully sorting out things like army composition, of course, as well as our merchants. I'm definitely going to be collecting in Venice, collecting in Genoa, we are already, collecting in the English Channel, pretty much any end node. I suspect, look at that, we're the only person with any influence in Venice. So if we collect here, we're going to, as things adjust, we're going to be getting 100% there. I suspect we're going to be getting a large amount in the English Channel as well. So pretty much any end node in Europe, at the moment, I think there's only 3, we're going to be collecting in. And my plan is to go in against the English, take the English Channel. That will probably move his centre of trade, i.e. his capital, out of the English Channel, and we'll be collecting, if not literally 100%, we'll be collecting near 100% in the English Channel. So our economy is definitely going to go through the roof. This Liberty Desire, we'll have to wait to see. Like, a lot of these things we're going to have to wait to see as sort of some time continues for it to, the game to kind of readjust. But kind of have to keep the game paused, quite frankly, right now, while we do these things. Deleting these, I mean, we could see we were already making profit. Nope. Yeah, I'm not surprised. There we go. We were not making profit, but our force limits are much better. But keep in mind, guys, it's really janky. Like, once we delete the forts, it's not going to adjust in real time. And I probably should have stayed out of this area, eh? Denmark. Well, the capital is actually not as big as I thought. Like, Stockholm was more higher developed. Very often, this province, the capital of Denmark, is massive, but not quite so much this time. Keep a few forts against Scandinavia, considering we are going to be fighting him. Oh well, considering they're so poorly located, we'll just keep the one fort. Yeah, we did inherit the rebels, etc. We don't need that. Looking pretty good though, guys. I'll truce us up with the Ottomans. I'll truce us up with a lot of different factions, and we're going in. One war I want to start is against the British, obviously, but also Japan and Brunei, and also Bahamas. I did notice, guys, Bahamas is obviously big, but they're actually 542 war score. They're actually larger than Ming. So, yeah, it's a little bit awkward. Holy Bro no longer has Liberty Desire. That's good to see. I asked you guys some time ago if you like wouldn't mind me doing stuff like this while not recording, and I feel like I didn't really get any real feedback on that. But I think I am going to be recording it, guys. The tedium. I mean, why not? We've recorded everything, you know, essentially. So why don't we record this as well? But I'm going to be ending the episode here in a moment. And just so you guys know, this is what, unfortunately, a lot of next episode is going to consist of. Is we've still got a lot more stuff to go. We're going to let a month or two pass and rework our merchants. We're going to be reworking a lot of stuff for sure. Not just the forts. One of the most tedious things is going to be essentially boxing these guys, consolidating them, and sorting out our army compositions. We do value them quite highly. Yay! I finally have occupied Rome. Now I did, if you guys were thinking, why didn't you state Rome? Rome fortunately was already stated up because of the Napoli region. So that's really nice. 35 development we just got for free. And I think our modifier, the occupation of Rome, will go away. Wait, did they change this or something? Do you seriously get that as... Wow, you get the occupation of Rome as, we'll find out, as the HRE. I think they changed it. I don't think you ever used to get the occupation of Rome as the Holy Roman Empire. I think maybe when they made Rome, you can see it says, is not the Papal State, is not Roman Empire, is not Italy. I think maybe when they made the Roman Empire, they threw up the big middle finger to the Holy Roman Empire and just said, yeah, you guys can have it, the occupation of Rome. That's pretty upsetting if that's the case, because, I mean, it's only one reputation. Not too bad. But, we'll see if it happens or not. But, yeah, that one reputation, because we are going to be overextended as well, it is going to affect the rate that we integrate subjects. And we are going to be integrating subjects, so not ideal. But I think if we get this +2, and we get a reputation advisor at any given time, which is +1, we're still going to be integrating at a pretty good rate. Alrighty guys, but that's going to be an episode here. I hope you guys enjoyed. A lot is on our shoulders now. We don't depend on the vassal swarm. We are going to build a bit of a vassal swarm in Asia, but it's going to take a long time for them to actually kind of get on their feet. But I feel like we're doing a good job converting stuff. My biggest concern, quite frankly, is the time factor. We're definitely going to have to be doing some truce breaking with Bahamnas. Ming, not so much. We're going to be doing separate pieces when he's where we're fighting his subjects. But yeah, there's a lot of the world to go. We have to hopefully feed subjects, create subjects so that they can convert provinces for us, but also integrate them and then convert anything that we own currently and anything that they don't own to Catholic in order to get the one faith. But that Holy Roman Empire looking pretty sweet, pretty good, and yeah, wish me the best of luck, guys. I hope that we can make it to the end of the game with the one tag and the one faith. But this was a really pivotal point, and thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for being here up until this point, and let's see how things appear. Wait, my missionaries were pulled back when we formed the Holy Roman Empire. Yeah, see you in the next episode. Thanks for watching.